Hello guys, this is the hand of the day with main nuts. This hand was played on No Limit 200 on GG Poker a few days ago, but I didn't have time to make the video then, so I just did the analysis now and post the video. So let's check the hand, a small briefing. The hand is like button versus big blind, single raised pot. I flat the big blind and the board comes 7-4-3 rainbow. Villain C bets for 66% of the pot. I call, turn is a king and also give me flush draw. I check and the villain overbets for like 1.5 pot. I choose to click back raise and he folds. Now, why I choose this hand is because I have the feeling that there are many regs who are over-betting, let's say, if I can use this term. They are over-bluffing by overbet when a scare card hits the turn or when a brick hits the turn, like let's say if the board was a king high and the turn was a brick, you can just overbet. I have the feeling that some regs are overbetting a lot and they are weaker when they overbet in some spots like this. So I really never studied the exploit of this, and this is what I did today. So let's check the GTO solution first. I solved it only with one size on the flop for simplicity. I gave the opponent exact the size which he used, 66% c-bet. So using a 66% c-bet, villain should play a 40-60 bet check strategy here. Betting is really simple. You bet the good ace 5, the good 7x with good kickers. You check the bad ones. You bet the low over pairs, let's say, and you check back the aces and kings and queens to have your checking ranges protected. You also bet a lot the 6x and 5x, the gut shot part of your range, and also any pair with gut shot 4-6, 7-5, 5-4, 8-5, like I don't know what else, some 9-8, 9-10, hands that don't have showdown value, but they also don't mind to get check raised. Also, you hit good with the 9 and 9-8 on some turns. So it's, I think, a pretty simple strategy to play. You see bet, big blind should check raise around 16% of the time, but I won't stay in the check raise mode for long. King comes, big blind check. And here I gave the in position player two sizes, 66% and overbet. So how you can overbet here? You can overbet by just overbetting again any gut shot. 5x and 6x combos are really good. And of course you can mix some value overbetting, 7s, 4s, 3s, the sets, the ace kings, the aces. Pretty polar range. The king 7 is a 2 pair. It's a really polar range. Now, my issue here is that I believe there are many regs who will c-bet a lot with the gut shots on the flop, because they say, oh, I have a gut shot, I have blocker to the check raising range, so I can c-bet a lot when I have a 6 or a 5. It's a really simple thought, and you can really c-bet a lot, almost. I believe some regs are c-betting any 5x and 6x. So when the king comes, they have so many hands to choose in order to construct their overbetting ranges, and they end up just over bluffing. They want to apply pressure on you. They know that the king is good for their range, and they want to push you out of the hand. So it's really easy for them to add any 5x and 6x in their ranges and just overbet. And this is what I did today in order to solve the exploit solution. Firstly, I made the in-position player to c-bet more, so they c-bet any 5x and 6x, and also they c-bet some jack x, queen x, king x with backdoors. So they c-bet all this kind of hands. And of course the sets. the ace kings. Some king x more, of course. So they see bet. We call, king comes, we check. And now I gave them, I not look and gave them any 5x and 6x on the ranges, and also I gave them some random bluffs with queen x, jack x, and also some more value bets. I also added value bets to the ranges, king queen, king jack, ace king, and also any set, because they shouldn't overbet with any set, but here just for simplicity reasons I wanted to not make their ranges too weak, and I gave them all the sets in their overbet range. So let's see what the ace5 is doing in the GTO solution. In the GTO solution against overbet, we should fold around 60%. We don't really have a raising range, it's only like 4%. Hands we choose to raise, of course, are the sets. Some combo draws like 5 deuce suited, 8-5, 9-5, 10-5. So the gut shots with flush draw are good candidates to just check raise. It's pretty merged. That's a merged range. You don't use pure bluffs. You have only high equity check raises. It's the sets or it's the gut shot with flush draws, and that's it. In my eyes, the ace-5, ace of spades, no, ace of clubs, 5 of spades is mixing check calling and check folding. But now, how you should change this strategy if your villain is a really aggro maniac reg and he just see the king and just overbets? That's the question here. So I will push the solution on the left. I will leave it here for now. And now we face the overbet against this guy. Okay, suddenly the fold went down to 13%. I know that this is an extreme solution. I don't suggest for anyone to play like that, but there are some villains who will play like this in position, and this is why I did it. So proceed with caution here. Don't take this strategy as granted one. This is a max exploit strategy. So what is exploit? Firstly, you don't fold. Your folding range now, so if you see the folding range here like ace-x, now is doing check calling or check raising. Also, the flush draws up here, like, let's see, ace-10, ace-9, ace-8, ace-6, ace-3, ace-deuce. Now, what they are doing, they're like check calling or even check raising sometimes. Ace-deuce just check raise, check click back. The ace suited which don't have a flush draw, the combos that don't have a flush draw, here is a check fold, but here is a check click back. Okay, they have some check fold inside, but mostly it's check call or check raise. So your folding range with an ace high is doing like check call or check raise mostly instead of check fold. So you add more bluffs and against his bluffs, and his bluffs are gut shots with no showdown value right now. So you choose this kind of bluffs to check call or check raise and try to get the showdown. I won't go to the river because some regs will just shut down on the river and some other will just bet with the blockers. I won't examine that now. Let's see what else. King X. The king X is check calling and check raising, mixing. 7x on the GTO solution is doing mostly check folding. Here you just check show. The equity of 7x now is a lot higher, I guess. Let's see, the equity here is like 64% when you have a 7 in your hand, and what is here? Here the equity is, let's do it like that. It's only 50%. So we just check shot with the 7x, which seem extreme, but I don't think it's so much. I think there is an interesting thing to notice here. Your check shoving range is mostly hands like 7x or 5 deuce open-ended, or high equity hands like flush draw with gut shot, ace 5, gut shot with ace high, so it's merged. We could say that the check solving is just a protection check solve. You just want to protect your equity. Sometimes you get called and you are far behind, but in most cases I think you are far ahead and you just protect your equity. But high equity hands like 7s, 4s, 3s, king X, you just click back raise and you mix that with some bluffs like ace X. I guess when you click back, you have an ace X and the villain shoves, you fold. Yeah, that's correct. Also, you click back with what else? You click back with king queen and you call. So it's pretty simple, I think. Good hands, click back raise or check call. And the more, let's say, the hands that need most protection, like 7x, and also some ace, ace 5 or ace 6. No, ace 6 is doing like click back. Ace 5 and 7x is mostly, and even 6x is mostly check solving. So that's the exploit. You just add some hands from your folding range to your check raise and check call. It's really tough to do it in the real world, but this is how you exploit them. If you don't do that, they exploit you. That's my take here. So I believe I didn't play the ace 5 really well because I click back. Of course, I can click back here. I think yes, there's a decent frequency on the click back. It's like the EV is like 125. The game is 1020, so 125 chips is 6 big blinds. Folding is 0, so you lose 6 big blinds per 100 if you fold. Of course, you can call and lose only 15 chips, which is almost 1 big blind. But the best solution is just to check solve. Okay, that was the part 1 for defending against turn overbets. I will keep analyzing hands like that, where we face a turn overbet. I will focus on this dynamic these days. And see you in the next video, guys. Thank you.